everywhere I go since 6 months ago. Teachers are saying, George, that's phenomenal, fantastic, nice framework, but we need some project ideas for integrating what we teach with AI. Before I break down the framework, do you want some K through 12 tangible project examples you can use tomorrow? All right, so let's get into it. Now, the framework can be scaled in K through 12. I have to warn you, I have to read a little bit, so I'm going to go into professor mode. I do teach at Old Dominion University. I will read a few things, but I promise you, it'll have some cadence and it'll be engaging. In elementary, we're teaching young people how to set preferences. That's how they tailor. But we're also teaching them character, how to be kind, how to be helpful, empathy. We're also teaching them how to learn. And how do people learn is by being curious. So here are 3 project ideas: my AI helper, the kindness response builder, and the curiosity builder. Who are my elementary teachers? Please raise your right hand. Excellent. They'll tell you that what you see up there, maybe minus AI, is what they already teach in their classrooms. But let's zoom into my AI helper. On the left, you're going to see a framework, 4 steps. It's a repeatable instructional sequence teachers can use in their classes for any activity, any project, and any lesson. And then on the right, you're going to see the activation of the framework in action. In the first step, young people that are really little, elementary students, they can do this with their teachers. And the older ones, 3 to 5, they can imagine the type of personality traits that they want their language model to have, their AI helper to have. They're going to name it. And then they're going to imagine what it should and should not do. And then in step 2, they're going to prompt their helper. Now, don't forget, I'm in professor mode. You are kindly my AI helper. You are kind, honest, and curious and helpful. Please help me with my homework, explaining things in a simple way. Don't do my work for me, and always be respectful. And then in the third step, kids can test by prompting again. Can you help me understand how plants grow? And then with the help of their teacher and their friends, they're going to look at steps 1 and 2 to test and evaluate if the responses are coming back the same way that they prompted. And they can even add some more ideas. Can you send me pictures or other ideas? Thumbs up if you follow what I'm saying. And then in the final step is the final product they can present, their AI helper. This way, we're not just teaching technology or about technology. We're helping to teach character through technology. Now let's get into middle school. In middle school, young people can learn to be content creators by designing and evaluating with AI tools. Again, here's 4 project ideas I created for middle school. ELA, theme to modern message, math, a real-world model, science, explaining a phenomenon, social studies, now versus then analysis. And what you'll notice is this is what our teachers already teach in the content areas. The only difference is we're adding AI. So let's get into the math example. In the math example, again on the left, you'll see a repeatable instructional sequence. Once the kids follow the sequence, and you do too, after a while, it just becomes part of what we do. And then the first step, as the teacher, you're going to give your students some parameters, some numbers. The kids are going to prompt AI, not for the model, but for it to help them in developing or creating a real-world scenario. Then in step 2, the kids are going to build the model themselves, do the math, do the graph, make a script for how to explain the relationship between the two. And then in step 3, they're going to check their work. You as the teacher can also help them in checking the work. Your language model can also help them. And then the final product, in this case, is a profit analysis for water bottle sales. They can have their graph made, explain the equation, and then explain what the relationship is between the two in dollars and cents. Do you like this? Okay, I have one more example. So in high school, young people can learn to examine the impact of AI and explore career pathways. Here are 3 project ideas: AI in my future career, the AI impact case study, and the responsible AI proposal. And if you look at these types of projects, these are the type of real-world skills and knowledge that young people should be exploring in order to be future-ready, but also to either explore or create their own career pathway. So let's zoom into AI in my future career. Again, on the left is the instructional sequence, and then on the right are the steps. In high school, I was in Nurses Aid and CTE. And I got licensed and I graduated. Never worked in it, but that's why I use nurse as an example. So in this particular project, young people can pick a future career that you're interested in. And then you're going to prompt AI to learn more about the career. Learn about how AI is going to impact it in the next 5 to 10 years, or when they graduate. And also, what are the pros and cons to that emerging technology? In step 2, they're going to look at the output from artificial intelligence. And they're going to identify tools, pros and cons. In step 3, they're going to research about the organizations that lead those industries to ensure that what their research and the responses that they got from the language model are accurate. And then in step 4, they make a career brief. For each of the project ideas, I've built them out just like this. They're all in the parking lot. You can download them. You can edit them. You can change them around. They're there for all of you.